Well, anti-Semitism is on the rise in the United States and around the world. This alarming trend has led a New York City advertising executive to use her marketing skills to rebrand Judaism.
Known as a marketing guru in New York's competitive advertising space, Archie Gottesman is the co-founder of Jew Belong, a groundbreaking organization and web-based platform that seeks to make Judaism easier to understand and appealing, and to also fight anti-Semitism. Jew Belong's signature pink and white billboards have been seen coast to coast, gaining national attention. The organization seeks to reach those who may feel disconnected from their Jewish heritage. Jew Belong's emphasis is on inclusion and welcomes everyone, wherever they are on their Jewish journey. And with anti-Semitism on the rise worldwide since October 7th, Jew Belong awareness campaigns also call out the growing hatred against Jews.
Well, that marketing guru, Archie, is now here with us. And Archie, I've got to ask, what got you started to say, okay, I've got to do something here, I've got to make a difference?
Because first of all, thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be here today. I feel like it's a big hug to just be with you today. It got scary to be a proud Jewish woman in the United States. And that's outrageous. I mean, I wear a Star of David around my neck, and people often say, you know, well, I don't really wear mine anymore, or I tuck it into my shirt, or, you know, why do that? And that is just, it's unfathomable to not be able to be proud, whoever you are, in America today.
Were you shocked by it? I know I am.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the discrimination, those years were sort of over for our culture. Mm-hmm. And not only is it discrimination, but it's incredibly violent. So, you know, anybody that firebombs the governor of Pennsylvania's home or uses, I mean, let's have a blowtorch against marching protesters, just being very peaceful in Colorado, or the attacks in synagogues. It's become very deadly. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because there is a horrible rising up of hatred against as it's scapegoating the Jewish community. The Jewish community are only 2% of the entire country. I mean, that's a very, very small group. And there has just been in history when much bigger groups just blame the Jews. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but it's repeated throughout history. And just to have allies like the Christian community feels so, I mean, it just feels good. I said before, it feels like a warm hug. It really, really does. One thing that it's been feeling very lonely, honestly, and sometimes being a Jewish person standing up and saying this, I don't want to worry about my children or my grandchildren. And knowing that the Christian community is here with us and cares, it means the world. It practically makes me cry. I mean, that's how hard it's been to be, to stand up for this, for everybody, for my people, and for people who just care about the Jewish community.
Well, let's talk about the advertising campaign.
Sure.
On the terrorist side, the Hamas side, where we've seen a pretty organized campaign, and it's very slogan oriented. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. People, it's easy to remember, it's easy to chant, but when you get into the details with a student, well, what river and what sea, and do you know you're calling for a genocide of Israelis?
Right.
They don't really know what it means. So on the positive side, what is, I guess, your most popular billboard?
Well, we have two really popular ones. One says, you don't need to be a Jew to protect Jews. And the other is, let's be clear, Hamas is your problem too. And the one about Hamas is the Jews might be the first group that is right now that, it's Israel and it's the Jews, but those who don't like the Jews don't like the Western way of life. They don't like freedom. They don't like Christians. They just don't. So it's So it might be first to be an attack upon the Jews and to be fearful, but it's America. It's as scary for America is what's happening. So that's a very, and it's important. And what you just said about making it small, like a slogan, that might sound to some, they're like, well, they should know a lot more. Well, you know, the facts are we are living in a country where people get a lot of their news from TikTok or from Instagram. And Jubelong feels like, well, you know what? Instead of trying to change the world, let's get into that space. Let's have billboards across the country. And so no matter where people get their news or they like, it doesn't matter what they're watching or what shows up on their telephone with their algorithm, they all see these billboards. And people reach out from all over the country and sometimes say, gee, I'm Jewish and I thought it made me feel so seen. And oftentimes we'll get someone who says, you know, I'm a Christian man and I hate what's happening to the Jewish community and I just wanted to reach out and give my love.
Okay, I've got an example. Archie and I had tea together yesterday and she gave me this, if I can get a close-up of it. I need to be able to tell my children I did not stay silent. You know, that goes back to the Holocaust and the number of people who were silent in the 1930s as the Jewish people were killed in the millions. You know, today we need to be able to say, I didn't stay silent. I stood with Israel. I stood against Hamas. Do you think the average protester in the streets today, say, let's just take a university student, understands that if you're a woman living in Gaza under the control of Hamas, that you can't go anywhere without a male relative being with you, that that's illegal?
I don't think they understand. I think they are so brainwashed with the hate of Israel and which really, there's almost no difference between hating Israel and hating Jews at this point, or there's no difference. And they don't, you know, that's what I think brainwashing does. It's like, I just want to make you believe like one little thing. And I don't think because it's such a great question. I think it all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're showing up and you're screaming and you couldn't even have your voice loud in a place where, you know, and yet that is just, it makes no sense. Yet so many Americans are, you know, on the college campuses and they're just screeching hate, and it doesn't make any sense.
And they're repeating occupation and apartheid and all of these
free
things
Palestine and death to America.
Without any knowledge of the history or the number of times Israel came to the table and offered the Palestinians everything that they wanted to create a new state, and they said, no, our main goal is to wipe you out. We're not here for peace. We're here to wipe you out.
Right.
How can people support what you're doing? And just so everyone knows, Archie and her family are paying for all the administrative costs of this campaign. So if people support, it's just going into billboard placement.
Right into the billboards. So they can follow us. They go on Instagram, go to our website, and we're only a team of 8. We're a very, very small organization. And sometimes, so sometimes people say, gee, I really want billboards in my hometown. And there might be a campaign to be able to do that. And so social media or our website, it's a great website, and to reach out to us, and that's how we do it. We are a nonprofit organization, but as I say, I'm so lucky to be able to cover all the costs, and that's how it is. The other side is so organized, and they have billboards.
And so well funded.
Oof, so well funded, and they have billboards hating on Israel all over the country. And so we need to be just as bold and brave. And just like you said with that is like, can you imagine if everyone spoke out instead of being silent? People get scared and they're silent in the fear in this space, but it feels so good just to say, I'm not going to be silent. This is not okay. And I'm going to stand up.
All right. Well, let your voice be heard. Don't be silent in our generation. It's our time. We've pledged never again. Well, it's happening right now. And let's make sure that everyone knows we support Israel in this. Israel is the right side of history, and it's the right thing to do. So let your voice be heard. make sure you're standing with Israel. And Archie, thanks for doing this. It's a beautiful idea, and we hear it all the time. Don't scream against the darkness, just light a candle. And here you are lighting so many candles across America. It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your whole audience, for being an ally to the Jewish people. We need it, and we feel it, and we feel your love and blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.